According to Wikipedia, a very trustworthy source, Angry Birds is among the highest grossing media franchise of all time. With $9.19 billion in sales, it ranks just slightly below the Dragon Ball franchise and the Grand Theft Auto series. That is absolutely nuts compared to like the cultural impact of those two franchises. People are like, really? Angry Birds? That came out like what, last decade? What? With all that money, it's no wonder why the team at Resolution Games put the franchise into VR with Angry Birds Isle of Pigs. With stylish visuals reminiscent of the Angry Birds movie and a low price of just $20, this puppy soared to the top of the sales charts. The question remains, however, is how well the franchise carries into the virtual reality world, and does it have enough movement so someone like me, a kind of big fat guy, can lose weight? Well, there's only one way to find out, baby. What's going on, everybody? My name is Jack Jenkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be reviewing Angry Birds Isle of Pigs to see if you should buy it, as well as see how many calories a fat guy like me can burn. The footage that you guys are seeing behind me and all throughout this video was played and recorded on Meta Quest 3.
For self-improvement, crafts, and fitness games, go ahead and turn on YouTube and watch Jack.
Angry Birds Isle of Pigs is the first VR game that I have ever owned and played. I got this with my $30 referral code when I purchased my Meta Quest 3 all the way back in whenever that was. Of course, now it's available through the subscription when I was playing it, so $30 wasted. The reason I'm saying all this is because the whole VR technology is brand new to someone like me. Thus, my rating may be higher than other reviews due to just the novelty of virtual reality. Regardless, Angry Birds Isle of Pigs is one of the top 10 best games that I've played this year. Seriously. For those unfamiliar with the franchise, you must use these birds and a slingshot to take out some pigs. To beat the level, you must destroy as many of them as possible, either through like direct hits, just smacking the pig directly, or by having the environment collapse and destroy them, or explosives, electricity. There's just a ton of different ways you can kill these little pigs. The more destruction you cause with the least amount of shots being taken, the higher score you will get and the more stars you will receive. Originally, the Angry Birds series was a simple like 2D iPhone game that you played while waiting around at like a doctor's office or something like that. Or you're on the toilet, you got 5 minutes, you don't want your boss to like talk to you, so you just play Angry Birds on the toilet. I was worried that the game and the franchise wouldn't have carried over to VR that well, but it did so beautifully. The game starts off with 52 levels over 4 different worlds. After beating those, you get an additional 52 levels in those same worlds with like a spooky theme to it. The levels start off on the base of an island, then move up to the cliffs, up to a ski slope, and then lastly, you're dancing and discoing with the pigs. All along the way, you can see this hot air balloon come in closer and closer until you are right up next to it. Once you beat the game, the air balloon gets destroyed, and then you repeat the whole same cycle path with the spooky version. I'm assuming I can spoil the story, because let's be honest, it's Angry Birds. Like, who here's really like, you ruined the story of Angry Birds? I thought they were going to save the pigs, not destroy them. With 104 levels by the developers, it's enough content to last a few hours, but it pales when compared to the over 500 levels in the original game alone, not counting all the sequels. I would have preferred a bit more levels with also a little bit more variety in the different settings. So far, it's like 2 tropical themed levels, a snow level, and an 80s disco theme. I would love a bit more variety even comparing to the other games in the series. Give me like a nice volcano level or like a desert level, you know? Those two are like classics in every game, but surprisingly not this one. It would be awesome if the developers took inspiration from the iPhone franchise and gave me Angry Birds Star Wars in VR. You can like imagine like the Leia bird being attacked and the Luke bird, boom, get to shoot birds right into the Death Star. A man can dream, right? In gameplay in these levels, the gameplay in these levels is very simple. You get 3 birds for each level and must slingshot the pigs to death. The strategy comes in on where in the level you should hit to do the most damage. Doing more damage with fewer birds builds up more points. These points correlate to a higher star rating, 1 out of 3. Once you get all 3 stars, nothing really happens. You don't unlock anything else, which is just kind of a shame. All you need is just 1 star to continue on to the next level. It would be cool if the stars correlate to like unlockable skills or like hidden levels or even like different slingshot skins, whatever. Additional strategy comes with the different bird's abilities that can be triggered. Red is just your standard bird, but yellow comes in handy with the ability to like speed up after you shoot. That allows you to cause more chaos and destroy harder items. That allows you to do more damage and just destroy the level. The bird bomb can explode whenever you hit the trigger. This guy's my favorite for just destroying everything and leaving mass waste and destruction. Lastly, the blues split into 3 different birds, causing a wide array of despair. The iPhone games have about 20 different types of birds, so there is still room for a sequel to like expand upon using this concept. Though the content the original developer provided is enough, the original levels are like a fun, simple time. I just want, expanded, more. Give me a sequel with just more. The spooky levels, however, and this is after you beat the main game, those spooky levels do have a bit lacking in the fun. Angry Birds is all about the delicate balance between strategy and just raw destruction and fun. I feel like they leaned a little too much into the strategy portion with the spooky levels. Amazingly, an update that doubled the game's length came out, but I am still just a bit disappointed in this game and the reuse of the same environments and the lack of chaos. Where all this fun can be found, however, is with the level builder. With this, you can build your own Angry Birds levels or play someone else's that they created. With thousands of created levels, literally thousands of them, you really have a ton of different fun and challenges on your hands. Some of these user-generated levels are actually better than the developer's one in like the spooky mode, so just props to these guys. The creativity of some of these people just absolutely blow my mind. I tried to build my own level, but it just blows up without the user doing anything. A career in architecture or video game design is something that probably I shouldn't do. I mean, hey, I can program, I'm a software developer, but that's about it. I'm not a designer. My overall impression of the game is that it can be an absolute blast to being just okay, kind of based on the levels. But with an amazing level builder and just a fun main mode section of the game makes it to one of my favorite of the year, a bit, on the higher end. What the developers did here was truly magical. They absolutely nailed the fun of the mobile games in the virtual reality environment. The game came out about 4 years ago, and I bet some people, including me, are just itching for a sequel to come out any day now. So for just $20, the game is a great package. Although I would wait if it were $10 because it regularly drops to 50%. So wait for that. But $20 is great. I'm just itching and begging for more content. Before I go, the question remains, is this game a good workout? Did I lose weight or burn calories doing this? I would say no. Yes, you do move around the levels to kind of like bend over and manipulate to get around the tower. But there's just not much movement beyond that besides like gripping and like letting go of the birds. I guess you can like point around to click to move your character, but other than those two things, there's not really much movement that burns calories. Regardless, I still have all the data gathered for you guys to see and review. I played the game for 12 days, beating the regular and spooky levels pretty easily. I didn't 3-star all of them, but I got about like halfway there within the main levels. Spooky levels, those things are hard, so ignore most of them. During my playtime, I burned 1,617 calories. That comes out to an average calorie per session of 134.75. Total playtime over those 12 days is 3 hours and 47 minutes. Man, this is kind of a short game. Again, my main concern was the lack of overall content, and I wanted more content. That 3-hour timeline kind of explains why. The average session I did was around 19 minutes. That brings me to a calorie burn rate of 7.01 calories per minute. For context, that is around the same burn rate as Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack, which is an RPG music game where I'm mostly just on a controller. Overall, I would not buy this game to burn calories. Buy the game because it's a really fun time. It's a blast. Preferably on sale so you can match that like value per dollar rate. Again, I beat it in 3-4 hours. You probably will too. So guys, that's it for today's fitness game review on Angry Birds. Again, this is not a fitness game. I get that. It's kind of the flaw of this, but hey, this is the channel. This is the fun. Now that I have a VR headset, please let me know of any games or products you want me to review. Besides that, I will do pretty much every topic on self-improvement that doesn't require me getting physically hurt. While you are in the comments, please give this channel and the big video a big thumbs up. Big video. Please give all the videos on my channel a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on X at TrueJackJank. Lastly, have a fantastic day, everyone. All you guys watching this video are just incredibly amazing. And I know what you're thinking, guys. Like, Jack, I got a VR headset too. I want to lose weight. I want to better my life. How can I improve? Well, you don't do it alone. We can improve together.